Hey guys, welcome to or back to my YouTube channel. For this week's video, I thought I would share with you my spring TBR. You might be thinking, Elizabeth, it is not even spring yet, what on earth you on about? My mindset is, the faster it's spring, the faster it's summer. Yes, we're still in February, but it's Valentine's Day tomorrow. When this is posted, it will have already been Valentine's Day. And after Valentine's Day, I think it's spring. Honestly, I just want to speed up, get to the warm weather. Summer and autumn are my favorite seasons, so spring is kind of just a stepping stone to get there, and winter doesn't count after Christmas. So anyways, I feel like most people do like February, March, April TBRs, but I'm not a fast reader, and I just kind of like depends on my mood how much I read. So I think doing it by season is probably my best bet. That way I can keep it realistic with you guys and no one gets too high expectations. And also this way I can talk about a wider range of books and just talk about kind of what I'm wanting to read right now and what I'm wanting to read going forwards. If you're new here, hi, I'm Elizabeth. I talk about all things books, movies, and fangirling. I also sometimes post lifestyle and travel content. So if you like any of that or you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any future uploads. Okay, let's get into my TBR. I want to get more comfy. I feel like this is quite a formal if I'm just like sitting on the edge of my bed. So we've got some physical TBR and then we've also got the books on my Kindle. Let me just find my Kindle actually. Here we go, here it is. I actually just want to show you guys, I decorated it recently. Is it like one of those crazy cute Kindle girly cases? Probably not. I wouldn't describe it as that, but I like it and I think it's cute. Okay, we're getting distracted. Let's get into the TBR. Literally this morning on my Kindle, I finished reading Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. I honestly quite enjoyed it. I read it to get myself out of my reading slump, but also I thought like because the movie came out, I wanted to watch it and just see what the hype was about. I haven't read many of Colleen Hoover's books. I think that's the fourth one I've read. I did It Ends With Us, It Starts With Us, and Ugly Love. Never read Ugly Love. That book was atrocious. The other two weren't that bad. I didn't mind them, but Ugly Love was absolutely shocking. But yeah, Regretting You, I'd probably give it like 3 stars. It definitely wasn't like anything extraordinary. The love stories were cute and there was a lot going on. Like it was a lot of drama. Yeah, it wasn't anywhere near as good as some of the other books that I've read recently, but it definitely was good to get me out of a slump because it was quite fast paced. There was constantly stuff happening and I think it's like 300 pages or a little bit over that, and it took me like a week to read, and that wasn't like constantly reading, that was just like picking the book up whenever I felt like it. So I think that's pretty decent. And then this morning after I finished Regretting You, I've just started reading Nothing Like the Movies. I read Better Than the Movies this time last year and I did really enjoy it. I think I quite like non-smutty romance books. I don't mind a little bit here and there, but I tend to lean away from that just because I feel like a lot of the time, especially in contemporary romance, those kinds of scenes become what the book is about instead of it being about the romance. And I find that in books that are kind of based around that, there's less actual romance. The romance doesn't seem to have any depth to me. That's kind of why I gave up on the Windy City series. I started reading that a couple weeks ago and I got about 160 pages into the first book and it just seemed to be all based around that kind of thing, and I just really wasn't enjoying it. So I know Lynn Painter's books kind of avoid that, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one. If we're saying spring starts now, the first book I will be reading this spring is Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter. Spoiler for Better Than the Movies, if you haven't read that or you want to read it and whatever, just skip forward like 20 seconds. When I found out that they break up and that Nothing Like the Movies is a second chance romance, it kind of undermined the whole first book for me. One of the reasons I want to read it is because I really liked them together. I thought their whole romance was really cute. Was it the most groundbreaking thing ever? No, but it was really enjoyable to read. So when I found out that they'd broken up, I was just like, what? So I just want to give this book a chance and see if Lynn Painter can redeem them for me. The thing about Better Than the Movies for me as well was maybe I'm just like a jealous person, but having their like confession moment being like low-key about another girl as well, I didn't like it as much as some people made it seem. Like, she wasn't you, you've just taken another girl to prom. Like, I don't know, I didn't find it as cute as some people make it out to be. Maybe that's just me, but I did enjoy the book. So I want to give the next one a good chance. Okay, I'm gonna maybe stop waffling so much because I've actually been talking for 10 minutes already. Next book that I want to read this spring is Happy Place by Emily Henry. I honestly want to try and read a couple books by Emily Henry. This is the only one I have physically right now besides Beach Read. I also didn't enjoy Beach Read that much, and sometimes I debate whether or not I actually like contemporary romance. My thing with contemporary romance is some of it I love, some of it I hate. Beach Read by Emily Henry I really didn't like. It just felt a bit lackluster, like there wasn't much plot there for me. The romance was the plot, whereas I like the romance to kind of go alongside something else. So I want to give another one of her books a go. I think I'm going to try this, and if I don't like this, I might try People We Meet on Vacation. If I don't like those two, I guess I'm just going to give up on Emily Henry, but this one and People We Meet on Vacation seem to be very popular ones of hers, and I get really bad FOMO. I don't want to miss out on what everyone else is enjoying, so we're going to give Happy Place a go. Moving on to the Percy Jackson side of things. As we know, I absolutely love Percy Jackson. This spring I want to do my Titan's Curse reread. I left it so late to do my Sea of Monsters reread, and I only just finished it and the season ended like weeks ago. I want to get Titan's Curse done and dusted before even the trailer for season 3 comes out, because then I feel like I'm just in the right mindset, prepared. I've still got my, I'm gonna call these Titan's Curse nails because I got the stars because of Zoe Nightshade. So I've still got these on. Maybe I'll try and read it before I get those nails taken off, although realistically they're really grown out right now and I do need to get them redone soon. I digress. Also this spring I want to finally read Percy Jackson and the Chalice of the Gods. The newer books I've fallen really behind on. I haven't read either of these 2 books. I think it's this one and then Wrath of the Triple Goddess, and then I believe there's another one coming out. I've heard good things about these and I really want to start them, so this is a definite read for spring. The next book on my TBR is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. I listened to the audiobook of ACOTAR in January and I honestly really enjoyed it. I think I got about this far into A Court of Mist and Fury and then I stopped reading it because it toned up the smut quite a lot, and as I've said, that's not my favourite thing. I mean, the descriptor on the front of this book is darkly sexy and thrilling, which is fine. I feel like ACOTAR is another one of those series that everyone reads and loves, so I really do want to give this another go, and it's only been a couple weeks since I gave up on it, so, but like it's so thick as well, so I feel like if I get like halfway through and don't enjoy it, I'm just gonna give up on it. But I have already got the whole series, so I do want to read these because if not, it's just a waste and I'm gonna have to give them to someone else because there's so much book there to read. I don't know. And the final book on my spring physical TBR is Sunrise on the Reaping. Yes, I did say I was going to read this in October. I didn't. I wanted to read it when it came out last year. It was during my A-levels when it came out, so I didn't want to read it then. And then once my A-levels were over, I just never got around to it, but I've heard nothing but good things about this book. I absolutely adore The Hunger Games, and obviously the movie is coming out this November, I think. This is also a bit of a longer read, but I genuinely don't mind when it's The Hunger Games because nothing Suzanne Collins could write, I wouldn't want to read. Suzanne Collins wouldn't write anything that I don't want to read. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say. When you've been set up to lose everything you love, what is there left to fight for? I already find Haymitch to be such an interesting character, and I don't know as much about him as everyone else in the Hunger Games fandom because I still haven't read this. This is probably my most anticipated read on my TBR for spring. And then my final book on my TBR, which I don't actually have physically in front of me because it is on Kindle, is When in Rome. I'm really trying to get more into romance books, and I feel like contemporary romance, as I said, I've been a bit hit or miss with it in the past, but I've heard really, really good things about this book, so I definitely want to give it a go. The only thing I know about it is it's almost like Notting Hill vibes, but in America, like famous actress, or maybe it was famous actor and then small town person, and then they get together. That's literally all I know about it, so I'm gonna give it a go. I'll let you know what I think of all of these books once I've read them. Let me know what's on your spring TBR, and if you have any book recs you think I should check out. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any future uploads, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys!